All right, so we want to thank all of you for coming through, and this is a really exciting showing, especially for an event for Black women, because we know how often those kind of events don't get attention. So just to kind of contextualize the event and to introduce it, I have some words. But first, I guess we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Andrea Sterling.
I'm Monet, also known as Zola.
I'm Dania Sanchez.
My name is Helen.
So at this point, we have all heard the rallying cries of Black Lives Matter at least a few times. We've all seen, shared, liked, and reposted hashtag after hashtag of a Black life taken, mourning after each new one is posted and shared. It has gotten to a point where it seems like the production of these virtual urns of slain Black ashes are never ending. The Black Lives Matter movement has allowed us to begin to highlight how everyday Black death at the hands of the police state truly is. And hopefully, we can begin to shake people out of being desensitized by Black death and get them to begin to be incensed by it. As the Black Lives Matter movement has progressed and taken the streets by storm, many have begun to notice a problem that has plagued radical movements for centuries. Black women and trans women of color have been doing a lot of work to organize events and collectives to sustain the movement and always have been. Black women and trans women of color are losing their lives at the hands of police state violence and always have been. And yet so few protests, rallies, or hashtags are highlighting the Black, cis, and trans women who are losing their lives to the brutality of the soldiers of white supremacy. Black women face the fastest growing incarceration rate, and Black girls face the fastest growing expulsion rate. And yet whenever we discuss the prison industrial system or the school to prison pipeline, the focus is almost always on Black men and Black boys. In the last several years, many Black women have lost their lives to police state violence, and yet no songs are made for them. Few chants crying for justice for them are being vocalized, and even fewer marches, rallies, and protests are being held in their names. Tonight we will speak their names. The date of June 19th, also known as Juneteenth, is purposeful, an annual date of celebration to honor the end of slavery. On this Juneteenth, we will honor our fallen sisters and highlight one of America's biggest cover-ups, the end of slavery. We presently exist in the afterlife of slavery, and the rate in which Black folk are murdered and incarcerated at the hands of the state highlight this fact. The goal for this event is to come together to honor lives lost. We will speak the names of the dead, as well as those who face police violence in the forms of incarceration. We will acknowledge the ways in which society has deputized those, even without badges, to police Black bodies, Black women, and we will speak against that type of police violence and terror as well. This event will be a vigil and speak out to honor those whose lives have been too long marred by violence. Lives and struggles that have been rendered invisible because for too long their names have not been spoken. For too long their existence has been pushed into the shadows. We will honor the chant Black Lives Matter with no exclusions. All Black Lives Matter. We can no longer only mourn one portion of our community and then turn around and call for liberation and revolution. It is time for us to come together, to mourn together, and most importantly, to begin to heal together. This event is not so you may add another notch on your activist belt. This event's intentions are pure and simple. We are here to honor Black, cis, and trans women. Thank you.